Welcome to the Shine Your Light, Reach Your Best podcast. I'm your host, Claire Thomas. I'm on a mission to support women who feel stuck, unfulfilled and disempowered have a successful, fulfilled, soul-led life. I guide women to reawaken their unique power so they can shine their light and reach their best. This podcast is designed to support and enrich the Shine Your Light, Reach Your Best self-development coaching cards. Thank you for joining me. Now sit back, relax, and let's work out how to shine all our lights brightly. Hi, and welcome to episode 15 of the Shine Your Light, Reach Your Best podcast. I'm excited to be here today. This is a first for me. I have planned nothing and I'm leaving it up to the universe to decide what I'm going to talk about. And it took me a while to come up with a title for this podcast. I've called it Following Life's Breadcrumbs, the Game of Life. So I'll start just by explaining what exactly that means to me. So I've been playing this game of life, if you like, since I read The Surrender Experiment last year, and I absolutely love it. And I'm having a ball just surrendering to the opportunities that life puts in front of us. And that's what I mean when I say following the breadcrumbs. When we have time to slow down and notice the opportunities that are there in front of us and we take them, then we can have fun playing with all these opportunities that are there, because when it comes down to it, we have so little control over what happens around us. We are really small cogs in a massive, massive machine in this game of life. And when we can trust and be brave and follow all of these opportunities as they come our way, life starts to get interesting and it becomes an easier way to maybe take opportunities that we wouldn't have maybe dared to before. So I find that really, really interesting. I know that it's really hard to lead into and to trust and believe in, but give it a go for a few days and see what happens. What happens when you really, really follow your intuition and your gut and nothing else. And I'm not saying with this that you go about and you do absolutely nothing, or that you go off and do crazy things on a whim. Clearly, listen to your gut and then have a stop and think about what that might mean and what small action you could take on a daily basis to just bring that intuition into reality. So the reason for having that as an intro is that I have my Shine Your Light cards here, and I'm just going to pick one completely at chance while we're live on here. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to shuffle them too much because I keep having to reorder them, and wow, that is frustrating. But yeah, I'm going to have a look through. I'm going to go by an image, and this is the one that's come up for me. I'm not a botanist. I'm not a massive gardener. I don't know what this card, what this flower is here, but it's really, really beautiful. And I love those shapes and patterns in it. I love the colors. So what does it say on the bottom? It says, observe the sensations in your body. This is card number 17. It is a card that has a premium element up here, and it has some content that can be downloaded as well. So let's have a read of the back. Awareness in our bodies. Our bodies are finely tuned to sense what's going on in our lives. Physiological sensations are an early response system to external stressors and precede emotions, which in turn impact our thoughts and ultimately our actions. Stress and anxiety get stored in different areas of our bodies, and over time reduce the efficiency of our bodies to ward off infection and disease. There are many benefits in refining our ability to be aware of the sensations of our bodies so that we can use them to our advantage. And the task on this one is to do a body scan meditation at least once a day for a week. And then there's a longer version if you download the premium version. So I'm just going to spend a few moments talking about why that is something that is really important and what I've noticed with that experience, with what really working on observing the sensations in your body. So my experience is that generally speaking, we go through life and we're so busy, we're going. We don't stop to notice how we're feeling. We're just in the doing, going mode the whole time. But our bodies are really, really clever, and they do give us signals of warning signals of things that are going on around us. I'm sure that you've all had that experience of um, having that sort of sick feeling in your stomach when you know that something is about to go wrong, or when your heart beats a little bit faster. These are signals that your body's giving you that it's in a state of stress or anxiety. Now, what's beautiful about the body scan meditation is that it's a really good way of using meditation and mindfulness to slow down and give attention to each part of our body. Now, when you do this meditation for the first few times, the really interesting thing is your mind, or at least my mind, used to immediately jump to, oh my goodness, if it's taken this long to work out and observe the sensations in just my foot, I've got a whole huge body to cover. This meditation is going to go on forever and ever. And those are completely normal and natural observations and thoughts to have. But as you start to move and follow the different parts of your body, you become, you kind of go into the flow of the meditation. And before you know it, you have covered every part of your body. Now, when I first started practicing that meditation, I couldn't really feel any sensations in specific parts of my body. And I think that's really interesting in itself. We've lost that ability to focus our attention down to a part of our body and to really sit and observe how it feels. Now, it's completely fine to do these meditations and to not feel the sensations. The point is to give your attention to those different parts of your body. And at some point, a sensation may arise. It's about giving your body back the ability to reconnect with these sensations. It's like fine tuning or turning up the sensitivity. And it's a skill that takes practice. Just like if you were going to the gym and you wanted to learn to lift a 50-kilo weight, for example, you wouldn't start immediately on 50 kilos. You would start maybe at 5 and you would gradually be adding weights to that. So you build up that awareness of and that strength to lift a heavy weight. And it's exactly the same with observing the sensations in your body and doing a body scan. It's about allowing our body to reconnect and to re-establish those pathways and those signals as they're there. So it can take time. Mindfulness and meditation is all about practice and patience. It's a journey, it's not a destination. Enlightenment is not just sitting there waiting for us to grasp it. And even if we did, I believe that enlightenment is a short, brief, passing moment anyway. So the invitation here is to just be really patient with that as a meditation. But what starts to happen is as you become more in tune with these sensations of your body, you can start to rely on them and listen to them more in other situations. So when you are doing something that is maybe not aligned with what your heart really wants you to do, it might be that you notice a sensation somewhere in your body that is a signal to say, hang on a minute, let's just pause and let's think about if this is something that we really want to do. So that's what we're talking about cultivating here. And often we have stored trauma and stress in certain parts of our body. And just like our thoughts can be on automatic, unconscious autopilot, so can these sensations in our body. So, for example, if when you were a child, you used to feel very stressed when you went into an exam, and your stomach used to churn, it might be that every time you feel you are in an experience that feels a bit like doing an exam, that your stomach will churn again. So it's really about connecting with these sensations, being with them, and understanding what they might be sending to you as a form of communication, and not being afraid to sit with these sensations, however uncomfortable they may be. Because when we sit with them and we lean into them and we look into them and we notice that as we breathe and we continue to observe them, they change their shape, their form, their depth, the level of intensity of that sensation changes and dissipates, because it comes down to that fundamental law of impermeability, of everything changing. Impermanence is the word I'm looking for. Apologies. Nothing stays as it is. Everything is in a constant state of change, of expansion, of evolution, and that includes us as well. So when we sit and we observe pain and we turn towards it and we face it, we observe how it evolves, it does start to dissipate. And the more that we can do that, and the more that we can let go of past pain, past stress, past trauma, the better, healthier, more positive and fulfilling lives we can lead. There's definitely a strong connection between the mind, the body, the soul, the gut. All of these things are strongly interconnected. So use them. Learn to reconnect with these sensations, because they will really, really be useful for you and they will really benefit you. So I'm going to leave that there. That was enough waffling, I am sure. I hope that you found some of that insightful. I hope that this maybe inspires you to purchase a deck of cards, or maybe choose that particular card for your practice this week. I wish you all the best. Keep shining your light and reaching for your best. You know you can do it. You are perfect, whole and complete, just as you are. I'll see you again next time. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Shine Your Light, Reach Your Best podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, so please follow the show. I'd love you to like, comment and share this episode with anyone else whose light needs some help shining. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm open to having guests on my podcast. So if you would like to share your story, please send me an email to claire@reachingmybest.com, or click on the link in the show notes. So for now, keep shining and reaching for your best.